Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Comeback Sports Podcast. I'm your host, AJ, and this is Season 2, Episode 3. We got a jam-packed filled episode as usual. We'll be talking about Trevor Lawrence's surgery before the draft, Matt Campbell from Iowa State's contract extension, Steph Curry, Tom Brady in the Super Bowl parade, and then I have a Valentine special coming up, so stick around and find out some more. Now for your quote of the week. The lesson you need to learn right now can't be taught with words, only with action. What does that quote mean to me? Well, to me, it means that you can read. Let's say that you want to learn how to do something. You can read, like drive a car. You want to learn how to drive a car. You can read these books, learn all the traffic laws, and watch videos and all this jazz. But only way you can actually learn to do it is to actually do it itself. Same with riding a bike. You can't ride the bike until you take up the training wheels and actually do it. Sure, you're going to fall a few times or screw up a few times, but the more you do it, the more you get actual experience in what you're trying to learn, the more likely that you'll get the hang of it. Usually I don't post content this early, but I wanted to do it this week because it's Valentine's Day, and I wanted to get my segment out because I think it'd be a good opportunity to kind of try some new things. I can't wait to share with you guys. But nothing really going on new, just busy with work as usual. I'm going back home to my hometown for my birthday weekend. I wasn't really going to, but my mom asked if I wanted to, so I said, you know what? Sure, I'll come home, visit some family and friends, so maybe I can meet up with my friends that weekend. I know for sure I'm having dinner with my family. I'm excited to come back home, but not super excited because I know the state of Iowa just lifted COVID restrictions, so I'll try my best not to get too exposed. So let's get down to the sports topics, starting with Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence is the Clemson quarterback from last year's season. He's projected to be the number 1 overall pick in the NFL draft this year. He will be undergoing surgery on his left non-throwing shoulder before the draft. He has a workout scheduled for NFL personnel on Friday instead of Clemson's pro day on March 11th because of the surgery timeline. Is this anything to be concerning? Will this affect his draft stock? No, it's not going to affect anything. It's on his non-throwing shoulder. It's not like the similar situation with Tua where he had surgery on his hips before the draft. I don't think this will negatively affect him in any way. I mean, it's been clear he's been the number 1 overall pick since after his freshman year when he won that national title. He just has the build, man. He's 6'6", huge arm, real poise, good speaker. NFL personnel, they'll be drooling over him regardless if he got surgery or not. I want to talk about Matt Campbell, the Iowa State head coach. I like to talk about Iowa State topics because I went to school there, and he recently just got a contract extension. Matt Campbell, head coach for Iowa State, agreed to a new contract through the 2028 season. This adds 3 extra years to his current contract. Terms of the agreement were not released, but Iowa State is providing Campbell a total of $3 million for staff salary enhancements over the next 3 years. Campbell has drawn interest from 5 college jobs along with NFL head coaching vacancies. This is really great, I think, in my opinion, because I really like Campbell. He has completely changed his program around when he first came on board. He's upsetted some teams. He led Iowa State to its first Big 12 championship game. And I'm really interested to see what they're going to do with that $3 million for staff salary. I'm sure they're going to pay their current staffing members or maybe even get some new members that will definitely help the team in the long run. I just think he's in a real good position, especially since they finished as a top 10 national team and they have a lot of returning pieces. I'll list some examples. They got their returning quarterback, Brock Purdy, the running back, Breece Hall, tight end, Charlie Collard, linebacker, Mike Rose, safety, Greg Ellsworth, and probably other standouts as well. They just look really good. I guarantee on the first AP poll, the preseason AP poll, they'll be in the top 10 again. And hopefully, I have faith that they'll return back to the Big Ten title game maybe, just maybe, they might win it. So I will definitely be keeping up to date on what's going on with the Cyclones. Now let's shift over to the NBA. I just want to give Steph Curry some love. On Tuesday, the Golden State Warriors beat the San Antonio Spurs 114-91. Curry got some buzz headlines when he did this crazy behind the back hook shot over some defenders in the paint. When you watch the play, it looks like he's just going to go to the paint and then pass it to the perimeter, and it looked like it was going to go to Looney, but he went into the paint, had all these defenders surrounding him. He said, nah, just did it behind the back and then just hooked it in. It was really sweet. I saw it a few times, and it gets better every time I watch it. Curry got 32 points that game with only one turnover, and his plus minus, which is kind of like the player efficiency rating, was plus 15. So he definitely had a great game with that win. Head coach Steve Kerr. For those of you who didn't know, Steve Kerr used to play with Michael Jordan with the Bulls back in the day when they were winning championships. And the interviewer after the game asked him if this was something similar to what you would expect from like Michael Jordan. He's just said, yeah, that shot was Jordan-esque in his own words. He's seen Jordan do it a lot of times. A lot of the time, he'll do like the flick of the wrist and with that backward shot. So he said it was along that same esque. Of course, he gave great praise to Steph. Yeah, I mean, I think some people just kind of discount Steph a little short just because, he's good. He's probably one of the best shooters in the history of the league. But they just, I don't know, I feel like some people just knock him down because he doesn't have all those glamorous MVPs or finals MVPs, especially as like the other stars in the league, like Kevin Durant and LeBron James. But Steph is the face of Golden State, no doubt about it. So now let's get to a little fun topic regarding Tom Brady and the Buccaneers in their Super Bowl parade. So, real exciting day today for the Buccaneers. So, the Super Bowl parade is usually like a bus in the middle of the streets waving all the fans, but this year it's in Tampa Bay because that's the team that won it, and Tampa Bay's in Florida where there's a lot of water around them. So, they had like a boat yacht Super Bowl parade, just a new way to celebrate while being conscious of the pandemic. Just a couple things that happened. I got a long list. So you got there's some pictures of Scotty Miller and Gronk carrying a big ass case of Bud Light on the way to the boat. Anthony Winfield came in with like a WWE belt just to mock what Travis Kelce, the Chiefs tight end, did at last year's parade when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl. Vita Vea is smoking a fat ass cigar. And then the man of the hour, Tom Brady, showed up in the parade in his $2 million boat with his family, which was kind of neat. The mayor of Tampa Bay even gave Tom Brady a shout out just to say you are officially a true Tampa Bayan, whatever he called him. And this made me nervous just watching this. So there's a video where it shows Tom Brady tossing the Lombardi trophy, the actual Super Bowl trophy, to Gronk from his boat to the other boat that Gronk was in. It was like he was just like tilting it back and forth, and then he just like throws it. And Gronk's not like by himself. He has like other players and people surrounding him while he's trying to catch this thing. And you could see, there's like camera footage from like both boats to see them do it. So I got all the angles of how it happened, but Gronk actually caught it even by like the football piece too, which was kind of neat. So what I think of this parade? I'll be honest, like I wasn't excited to see them win the Super Bowl per se, but I was happy for them in terms of how they celebrated. I mean, I had no problem with them doing it on a boat. I think it's kind of the best approach to go in terms of avoiding large, crowded crowds. I didn't really like the Lombardi toss. I'm not sure. Maybe of course they're all really hammered and drunk, and so they probably wouldn't have done it if they were sober, because there was a video of Tom Brady like later in the day. He was like stumbling around with a big ass smile on his face. He had like a friend of his or some personnel like essentially carry him back to where he needed to go.
Like, I'm half drunk right now, from all the champagne, so I don't know how to act.
But like the Lombardi toss, yeah, I just didn't like it because what if they dropped it? I mean, that would probably piss off some people, I think, especially the guys that have never won a Super Bowl because Gronk and Brady, they've won more than one. But I don't want to be a party pooper, so let's just let them have that fun. Hopefully, they just don't do it again. Cool. So I definitely went through a lot. I mean, this is kind of be a little shorter episode because I just because I just want to experiment a little bit, try the little shorter bits. But let's take a quick break, and then we'll get on to the Valentine special. Love Dr. AJ will be in the house, so stick around. So I mentioned I'm going to do a Valentine's Day special. Valentine's Day is a pretty special holiday for some people, and luckily for you, I am a licensed therapist. Just kidding, I'm not. But I am the unofficial love doctor. Just kidding. No, but just a little segment that I want to give is just some top 5 dating tips that I want to give on people that are going on their first dates for Valentine's Day or just any date coming up. So I'm going to give you 5 top advice, and then I'll give you a sports play-by-play of what to do on a date. So let's start with the first tip. Tip number 1 when you're on a date. Don't only talk about yourself. Ask questions about something they've mentioned before. If there's an interest that they brought up, ask questions about it. They'd be happy to talk about it. Listen actively and use it for fuel for future conversations. Make a comment, then relate. I mean, if you talk about yourself, sometimes people just begin to lose interest over time. That's the only thing you're talking about. They feel like they're not getting a chance to talk about themselves either. So let's get to the second tip, which is be yourself. If you act yourself and they don't like you, you're just saving yourself a shit ton of time. Because you don't owe anybody to not be yourself. You'll be surprised what they reveal about themselves if you're being genuine. Genuine senses genuine. Because opening this gate allows that person to open a gate as well. And you'll be surprised of things that you'll find out. You may have more common interests or similar hobbies or similar values. And you might be surprised. But be mindful. There's no need to show all the layers of yourself in the first date. Like, I want to be telling someone something about drama in my life or some very personal, deep topics right off the bat. That takes time. You got to progress through as you get to know someone. And number 3, one of my favorites, self-respect. Someone can't like if you don't like yourself, because self-respect is sexy. If you're confident in yourself and you don't have to have a big head about it, people will sense that, and they'll like you more because, nobody likes a simp. Because girls don't really like overly nice people, and the same can apply for guys. It can be boring. It's like, what's the point? What fun is it if you're always going to agree with what somebody says? Because, I'd get kind of bored. It's like, it's kind of nice, a little conflict. Friendly conflict, of course, nothing too drastic. Then I want to get to the 4th tip, which is don't set yourself up for a regrettable night. I've had plenty of friends where they'll go on a date and they think they need to go on the most expensive first date possible, thinking they're going to get some good points or have a good impression. Don't drop a shit ton of money on the first date, thinking that's the thing the person cares about. They should be interested in you, not the date itself. As I mentioned, don't impress with money. If you ain't a baller, don't do it. It's just going to hurt you in the long run. They're going to have that expectation that all dates are going to be this extreme. Just enjoy the moment, man. Make the date something you both will enjoy. Like, start simple, too. Like, an example of things that I would do on a first date would be just a casual lunch or get some coffee. Maybe ice cream, I don't know. Something simple. It doesn't have to be super extravagant. And then as you get to know the person, hang out with them more, you can work your way up to the more fancier and more special occasion dates. And so don't make it very pressuring with a fancy dinner or late night drinks. They may think you're only trying to smash, and they may not want that. Some people do, but not everybody. And then the 5th tip I have is just relax. It's a date. It's supposed to be fun. If you can't get comfortable with the person, they may not be a good fit for you. If it doesn't go well, no sweat. It's not the end of the world. There's always going to be someone else that'd be willing to go on a date with you. If not, you might need to adjust yourself a little bit. If you're yourself, you're nice, and they don't like you, you did your part. It wasn't meant to be anything. So don't take it too personally. So I gave you my top 5 tips in terms of what to do for the very first date. So this is a sports show. So let's make this a little bit sports related. I'm your dating coach, and this is the play-by-play action of what to do on the very first date. So I'll bring it down to the top all the way to the end of the date. So here are some things. Be 5 minutes early to the date. Let them know you're there. If this is someone you've been friends with or hung out on occasion before as friends, and this is like the first actual real date, maybe you offer to pick them up since they're more familiar with you. It'd be a little strange if you offer to pick up if you met on like a dating site or a dating app. And then be polite. Hold the door for people. People appreciate those kind of things. They may not say it off the bat, but deep down, I think people do like those kind of small little details. As I mentioned, talk less, listen more, and use that fuel for engagement when you're talking to them. And when you talk, speak things that are relatable to them. Lighten the mood. Offer a drink or maybe a dessert at the end of the night. You'd be surprised. People like desserts. Don't start eating until the other person gets their food if you're on a dinner or lunch date. And go to the bathroom. Literally just go to the bathroom if you have to go to the bathroom, or just check yourself. Make sure your outfit's fine. You don't got your shirt's not like tucked in weird, or check your fly. That will save you from embarrassment. Or just go to the bathroom and just get a breather. Just take a deep breath and just, all right, now it's the second half. We got to play better. Offer to pay. I mean, it's just nice. And kind of just be conscious of what you're getting, and just be the person that's just gonna like, hey, dinner's on me or lunch on me. It's just a nice thing to do. It can apply to guys or girls. Preferably, I think guys should be the one to offer, but sometimes guys like it when girls offer. But you'll kind of know once you're at that moment. At the end of the night, let them know you enjoyed their time and you want to hang out again. And if you truly want to, yeah, recommend doing this again. And if you're still interested, and it's the end of the date, follow up the next day. Just say, hey, what's up? I wouldn't recommend doing it the same night. It's a little pushing it. It's the end of the date, so let's top it off at a good finish. And one more thing, social media audit your profiles. Make sure your shit is clean and private. If you're tweeting depressing stuff, delete it. If you're being an asshole, delete it. Girls are unofficial FBI agents. They will learn everything about you before or after the very first date. It's true. People have access to so many things at the tip of their fingertips. So that is my top 5 dating advice, and I got you a little play-by-play. If you did all this stuff and it doesn't work, I don't know what to tell you. Just keep trying, because there's somebody for somebody. Wow. I mean, you can listen to me. I mean, I'm obviously no hitch. I'm not Will Smith, but I come up with these ideas because I've either screwed up or I've done something right. I mean, experience is what kind of helps kind of figure out what to do in these sort of situations, regardless if it's a date or anything. But since it's Valentine's Day, I actually would like to present something that I made for my girlfriend. If you're on the audio Spotify, I recommend just watching the YouTube one. Otherwise, it's not going to be as fun to listen to. So this is what I would like to present.
guy.
Well, that wraps up today's show. I'm glad I was able to show that to Jessie. Obviously, from this video, she means a lot to me, and I appreciate what she does for me every day. So I hope everyone has a good week. And remember to like, subscribe, and share this content with a friend. Every little bit helps. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.